Alright everybody, welcome on in to Beyond All Reason. We got a 3 versus 3 match here on Theta Crystals. We got some high level players, so I'm expecting a very powerful back and forth match on this one. Let's take a look at our teams. In the bottom left, we have Texas 55 playing as a Cortex commander, coming in at 52 skill. And in the top right, leading the blue team is Studs Lovish, also playing Cortex, coming in at 41 skill. His teammates here are Stud Scuttles and Neza, coming in at 41 and 29 skill. And we've got Armada bots from Scuttles, and it looks like it's going to be Cortex bots from Neza, Cortex bots for Lovish to start off. On the other side, we have Cortex bots, and Armada bots. We have Studs, Irish Stud, and Pig Pie with the 35 and 23 skill for the red player's teammates. As you can see, this map is a northeast versus southwest map. You have large ridge in the center on the northern half, northwestern, and then more flat ground on the southeastern, and just a tiny amount of water in the center just to create an obstacle for vehicles and bots that they have to go around. Otherwise, this is a symmetrical map. I expect to see a lot of bot pushes up this way, and then as soon as vehicle transitions are made, down this way. We'll see if anybody switches over to air, and if they do, if they're able to capitalize on that tech switch or get punished for not building up fast enough. Orange player has some grunts going through, slipping into the back line. The teal player here, Scuttles, got ticks doing the same thing. Yellow player's quick to respond. Looks like the blue player did not see these two grunts. They're gonna get back here and might get this grave robber before they are able to be reacted to. There are grunts being pulled to collapse in on them, so they should be dealt with. So it's just going to take attention at this point. Blue players getting grunts going across the hill. The teal player went for a lot of ticks. Gonna get a Mex. Oh, almost. I spoke too soon. Did get this one. So for a lot of ticks there, we got one Mex, a lot of confusion and pulling everything back. May not have dealt a lot of damage, but you can see on the mini-map that map control is completely owned by the blue team right now. For the red team, the entire map is just dark. Right? Red has 2 grunts up here, and that's it. But for the blue team, they have much more vision. Really, both sides weren't doing anything on the southern end here. Yellow is getting out here with his commander and sending out some tick spam. Partly for vision, partly for maybe trying to get behind the defenses and deal some economic damage and pull the enemy's units back. Red has seen these grunts up here and is moving around to try and engage them. I don't think he knew how many there were. Does know now. You've got these 5 coming through, sneaking along the side, and his commander I don't think is going to make it in time. So these are going to deal some damage unless he can get more units in here. These 5 get pulled. Oh, almost get that. It's a pretty even trade, but all the corpses are left here for the red commander to eat up. That is one problem of sending across early aggression. If you don't do any economic damage, you're leaving behind a bunch of reclaim or possible resurrection for your opponent. You really have to deal economic damage or secure the resurrection fields or the reclaim zones like this. We got Irish Stud going against Scuttles here. in the southern arena. A lot of pawns made it through. 4 of them. We'll see if they go for the constructor or if they're going to go for the mechs. Lots of ticks here to try and surround them. We'll see when yellow pulls the trigger. Commander is coming in here. Pulls the trigger to go in against these pawns. At the same time, doing the LLT face-off. Pawns go down. 1 mech does go down. Yellow's LLT made it up first. He's not repairing. Gotta repair. I was busy building a second one. Meanwhile, more and more pawns are streaming through. Gets another mechs. Gonna get another one. Irish Stud looks like he's out of energy here to fire the LLT, which is disheartening to say the least. More pawns squeezing through. The lime green player going to be swapping to air. Blues, yeah. They get to fight over who swaps to air, I guess. That was a really confusing sentence. Alright, so Neza's going air. And they're going to pork up the hill here. Just make it not worth pushing in. Irish Stud is still losing so many mexes down here. Simply put, he just needs a mex, or not a mex, sorry, an LLT right over here would stop these single grunts running in. Oh gosh, he doesn't have energy. This LLT would be demolishing this commander if he had energy. Oh, so sad. Now he's going to lose these wind turbines, and Scuttles is going to claim more land. Stud does get a run by of his own. He's got ticks coming through. Gets 2 mexes, a resbot. Oh no, it's build power. And mechs. Another mechs. Oh. This is getting very painful here. We've lost 3 mexes, build power, and wind turbines before those get taken out. There's almost no mexes left. His metal income is 7. It's the same as when you start the game. Commander just frying these ticks. Still has ticks in the back line here somehow. Did not deal the same amount of damage though that Scuttles dealt to him. We have a agitator built up on the ridge. That is going to be very dicey to try and come through and take out without having T2. At this point, well, I mean, air is one way to do it, I guess. Somebody needs to be going T2 here. That's the only way you're going to take out this entrenched position now. I put so much pork up there. I really don't know why they don't send some units down to help out Irish Stud down here. Looks like Red finally has sent down some grunts just in time too to fend off these pawns. Irish Stud trying to get his economy back up. It's back up to 17 metal income. Scuttle's commander goes down to a bunch of ticks and a couple pawns. Can they capitalize on it? It looks like Stud is sending in Lazarus to... Is he gonna resurrect or nope? He's just eating up the metal. It's a safe move. Scuttles is sending his own forces down, but some D-guns are gonna help prevent that. Now his commander is gonna... He already D-guns down the corpse. He might survive. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo. 220 health in a dream there. While that was going on, sorry I missed it, but we had some air bombings going on by the lime green player, decimating the economy. Red is trying to return the favor, but there's fighters out for the lime green player. He gets the wave of bombs off, but I have a feeling that that's all his bombers are going to get to do. Oh, he got a second wave in. Well, as the dust settles, the red team's income is much lower than the blue team's. Red team did take out a commander though, and I have a feeling that the transition here, because they got to eat up the metal from that commander, is going to be much swifter. Oh yeah, Scuttles is the one whose economy got taken out, and his commander is the one that's also gone. You're no making units. And it's a factual statement. We have Shuriken down here. We do. Those are frustrating to deal with without any fighters of your own. Looks like Stud built one AA turret. It's gonna need more than that though. There's a lot of enemy Shuriken and fighters. And the bombers are gonna come back in. There is no air opposition here from the red team. Red player's about done with his T2 transition. Blue player's a little bit ahead of him. With that, the blue team's economy can continue to grow faster than the reds. Did not go for a constructor. I find that very interesting. He's got just a lot of fiends built up. Or building up. Red immediately went for a constructor, and it's going for economy. If the red team can survive the next 2 to 3 minutes without losing too much ground, that advantage is going to be huge. Because the blue team's constructor is just now getting built here. Like, we've got probably about 30 seconds or so on it. But the red team's almost got T2 mexes completed. And I believe he also sent out, yeah, he is sending out a mex to his teammate as well. Lovish's commander is coming down here to provide vision. The red team is now taking control of the economic battle. And that is, in the end of the game, the better economy almost always wins out. Especially when you have teams with these skills. They know how to use the units. So if they have more of them, it's just going to go in their favor. More stuff beats less stuff. And right now, okay, the blue player's working on his first. He did give, or is giving, a T2 constructor to his ally. There's already a T2 constructor for each person on the red team, and multiple T2 mexes done. We will see if they can capitalize. The blue team had a lead there for a while and didn't, so we'll see if the red team can capitalize on it. Right now we got a little bit of a stalemate here, as both teams are transitioning from their T1 to T2. Yellow is still just massing up ticks, which I don't know if he's seen that there's fiends and on the other side here, but fiends are pretty much a hard counter to ticks. Yeah, Not going to do much with those. Scouts coming through. Probing for weaknesses. Or maybe looking for anti-nukes, as we do see a nuclear launcher coming down from the lime green player Neza. Seems like he has a plan here to launch nuclear fury across the game. There is an anti-nuke coming from the red player. Maybe he realized that with the scout coming across, not followed by a bombing run, that that's what that meant. It's going to cover all of him and most of orange. Yellow player, though, is going to have to get his own. Yellow player is going up to T2. It looks like the blue team has regained economic control. Ever so barely. I don't know. Hard to tell at this moment. There must be some reclaim going on somewhere. As both sides just power up. We do have red going for fusion here. Gets it built up. Do we have any fusion? No. I will say that if this nuke gets up and just takes out all of yellow's production, there can be a very easy way through. I don't know what the stalemate is. I realize that this hill is porked up, but over here, nobody's even built any artillery. These lines, they're very close. You could build an T2 pop-up turret, could reach that far almost. I do like how the T2 builder here has a little armada of constructors behind him. I'm going to keep going around and upgrading the mexes. This is very important. I forget to do that all the time. Going for T2 air for red. I wonder if the plan is bombers or if he's going to do wasps. Well, apparently that answers that. 10 bombers and yes to the fighters. Yellow's going for welders with hounds behind. I wonder if he's going to go with sharpshooters after that. Few queued up. We have a radar and a jammer bot as well. We are getting some T2 pop-up turrets here now. I do like this. These are so much more cost-effective than all the T1 spam that we have out here. Here comes all those bombers, queued to the back so that they remain undisclosed to the enemy. We will see, though, what he's going to hit with them. Blue is now going up to a fusion-based economy. The nuke here needs more energy. And fusion is going to be what's on the docket to fix that for Neza. The time frame for building up forces here on the southern side is rapidly coming to a close, as I feel like once Irish Stud gets his little composition here of welders, hounds, and then the sharpshooters, he's going to start some tick spam with this lab right here and then start going in. Economy is growing for both sides. Hard for me to tell exactly who's ahead. The energy income is neck and neck, and the metal income is pretty close as well. As red gets finished with that last fusion right there, the energy income goes to the red side. And it looks like yellow is also building up their fusion-based economy, and same thing with orange here, who needed to get a little more build power as well. The hounds have started their assault. Since they outrange everything, they can just fire at will. And this is kind of free damage. Not only is it frustrating for the enemy to have to back up, but it's taking attention away from other places on the map. Which is something that the red player is desperately going to need, because he wants to do a bombing run, so he needs that attention taken away. Still waiting to see any sharpshooters come forward here. Looks like he declined to build those. Hound's coming back forward, and getting kills here and just whittling down, and the fiends were left in front, which is the worst thing to be losing. Your best counter to the spam that's going to be coming. I do like the stealth tank here. Don't run it into the enemies. Hail Mary. Alright. I have a feeling he's about to send this nuke. Yes, he is. And he's sending it directly into anti-nuke, it looks like. I really hope he does not send it directly into where there's anti-nuke. That will be so sad. Oh, here we go. Nuclear launch detected. I can just imagine the sadness on his face as this is going to go across and get taken out immediately. Red now coming through. Fighter wave with scout planes for vision, so he knows where to bomb. Bombers coming through. What are we doing? Going for the fusions. Takes out fusions, which takes out a lot of build power. Coming through to the next base. Going for the same. Gets green's economy. I think this is going to be the nail in the coffin here. That is 2 players, complete economy. Blue taps out immediately. So does lime green. Scuttles is the only one left in the game. He leaves as well. Good game is called. Red team takes the victory. Alright, what a fun match. If you guys liked it, please leave a like below. If there's anything you'd like to see, things I can improve upon, leave me a comment in the comments section. Otherwise, thank you, and we'll see you again next time.